My dad was here. Go spare what you calling this time, all right?
Yeah, I know it's a bit late, but I thought you'd be revising.
I am.
What, in your pyjamas?
So?
Ah, it's up to you. About that deal we had going a couple of weeks ago.
What? The one that ended up with me, £2 out of pocket?
Yeah, I feel really bad about that.
Is that what you come round to tell me?
Nah, see, I got a chance to pay you back. Geezer owes me 10 quid, and I just seen him down the arcade. Yeah, well, that's just it. He's only got a £20 note on him, and I can't change it.
Getting change in the arcade's no problem.
Yeah, but it is if you don't want anyone to know you got it. He owes money all over the place.
So how does that help me?
Simple. Look, you lend me the 10 quid, I'll shoot down there, give him the 20, he gives it to me, I'll give you the 10 plus the 2 I owe you.
Do you think I got £10?
Well, your old man's gone away, ain't he? Must have left you some money for food.
Yeah, and if I give you that, what am I going to use to eat?
Well, you can come down there with me if you like. Yeah, well, the only trouble is, he might be gone by the time we get down there, and he might be skint the next time I see him. Look, 20 minutes I'll be gone. Half hour at the most. Arcade and back.
Samo, last time I saw you down that arcade.
It's a joke, isn't it? Trying to revise for a French oral exam on your own.
You've been revising.
Of course. Give it up, though. I mean, tomorrow go in that room and chat to someone in French. Stands to reason. Needs 2 of you to revise something like this.
Would be easier.
Look, I'll tell you what. When you come back, we revise together. Great, eh? Well, look, if you still don't trust me, I'll stay in here while you go and get the money. Great, eh? Do us both a favour. When you come back, parlez-vous until the sun comes up. Je m'appelle Samuel Maguire. J'ai 16 ans.
Vous avez 16 ans. Qu'est-ce que vous voulez faire quand vous serez plus âgé? Voulez-vous peut-être travailler avec des ordinateurs?
Thanks.
Oh, sorry.
Have you seen Browning?
Right.
Think, boy,
no,
think.
No, I haven't. Are you sure he ain't in there? Because there's no... Well, no way to miss this exam.
Thank you, Banks.
Est-ce que vous avez des frères et des sœurs? Oui, j'ai 2 sœurs et un frère. What's he likely to ask next? How old they are, I suppose. Shall I tell him that anyway? Oh, yeah. Keep going. The more talking you do, the less chance he's got to ask awkward questions that you might not understand. Yeah, but the more you talk, the more mistakes you're liable to make. It don't matter. As long as you don't make too many. He'll think more of you if you get in here and have a go. I suppose so. Where was we? Your sisters and brother. Tell me something about them. Mes sœurs sont encore petites. Mon frère s'appelle Robbie. Il fait ses études à Grange aussi.
Aimez-vous le soleil, la mer, la plage, les vacances en été? Come on, Kev, I've given you the answer in the question. All you got to do is agree with what I said.
J'aime beaucoup le soleil et la mer.
Is that it? You don't do much in your holidays, do ya?
J'aime nager aussi.
Nager?
Swimming.
Oh. Et maintenant, dis-moi dans quel pays vous allez?
Je suis allé en Espagne.
Et votre pays préféré?
Espagne.
Kev, you've got to give me more than one-word answers.
Look, you asked me which country I preferred when I was abroad, and I told you. Spain.
Why?
Parce que c'est le seul pays que j'ai visité.
Great reason.
What did he say?
It's the only country he's ever been to.
Est-ce que vous jouez de la musique? Peut-être vous jouez dans un groupe. Pensez-vous que le français est une langue difficile à apprendre?
Oui.
Thank you.
Any luck?
No reply. I can't understand it. The boy's so keen.
I'm sorry, Morris. You've done the best you can. Let's just hope he's on his way.
If he leaves it much later, there'll be no point in him arriving at all. Thank you for holding the fort.
You're welcome.
Aren't you going to wish me luck, sir?
Bonjour.
Voulez-vous me poser des questions maintenant?
Oui.
Ah, bon.
I was just wondering if you was as bored as I am.
Oui. Eh bien, merci de votre attention. Faites entrer le prochain candidat, s'il vous plaît.
That means you want me to leave, right?
As quickly as you can.
You're next.
All right, Maguire. Good luck.
Well, that's about it. Except don't forget.
What?
When the examiner says quel temps fait-il, what are you going to say?
10 o'clock?
No!
I know. Be asking me what the weather's like, not what the time is. I'm only winding you up.
Samo, just leave me alone. I'm trying to revise.
You was quick. Did you get stuck on any answers?
I didn't give him any.
You what? You've blown it then on purpose. You're mad.
Blown what? It's you lot are mad, taking it all serious.
Look, Maguire, you've had your chance and you're not even supposed to be in here. So don't hang around any longer and spoil ours.
Was he after your mummy?
Yeah, but this time he's trying to get me to borrow it off of you.
Yeah, he knows I'll say no to him.
Oh, I thought you was with the examiner.
No, Janet's in there, and I doubt if she's doing too well.
But I thought she was quite good at French.
Yeah, I know, but she's really worried about Roland.
Why, ain't he turned up yet?
Does it look like it?
Are you telling me that somebody has just wheeled away a video recorder in broad daylight?
Not wheeled, miss. They left the trolley behind.
Oh. I thought it was standard security to keep these machines padlocked and chained at all times.
Obviously not. I mean, I'd like to know how they managed it even without the trolley. We're talking about a video recorder. It's not small, is it? How do you get one of those things through the gate without anybody seeing?
There are obviously ways.
Yeah.
Does Mr. Kennedy have any idea when it was taken?
Definitely within the last hour. He set it to record something first thing this morning.
All right, thank you, Georgina.
Within the last hour, well, I suppose it might still be on the premises somewhere, stashed away.
No. I think the thieves would want to get it away before it was missed.
Police job, then, is it?
Yes. Let's see how effective our new coding system is. You don't look hopeful.
No, I think it's a good idea to mark all your property as far as it goes. I mean, when the police discover our video recorder, we'll be able to identify it.
But first they have to find it.
Quite.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah?
I think Mr. and Mrs. Jones have been out there long enough. Might be better if I asked them to come in here and you made the call from the other office.
Righto.
Hello.
Would you like to come in, please?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Hello. Sorry to keep you waiting, but Mr. Bronson's supervising a French examination, and unfortunately there's been some sort of problem. He shouldn't be long. We've sent for Anthony. Would you like to sit down?
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry, Morris, but I'm afraid that's it.
Where on earth have you been?
Please, sir. My alarm. There's no one at home. My dad's
All right, all right. Now, slowly. Your alarm. You forgot to set it.
No, sir. It was the first thing I did before I started revising. Then I fell asleep. And when I woke up this morning, it was gone.
Gone off, you mean, without your hearing it?
No, sir. It was gone. It wasn't there anymore.
Listen. Go to the cloakroom. Douse your face in cold water. Then sit down quietly and take a few deep breaths.
But I've missed it.
Do as I say. That's the boy I was telling you about. And I don't think it's overstressing things to say that if he misses his chance, he will be absolutely devastated.
Simply so, but everyone else managed to turn up at the allotted time. Although I must say that in the case of the boy Maguire, I was left wondering why he'd bothered.
Yes. I'm sorry, Gordon. There's certainly no excuse for such a shameless waste of your time. But I can only assure you that Browning is one of my keenest pupils, and that a 15-minute conversation with him will be infinitely more rewarding. Right, lad. Feeling better? Good. Look, Come along. We've lost enough time as it is.
Is he going to see me then?
We have been granted a reprieve.
How'd you do it?
Nothing to do with me. So, relax and enjoy it, hmm?
I mean, the coaxing and cajoling I had to use even to get a swimming team together. And we have to go and make a draw like that for our first taste of competition.
Mr. Baxter was telling us beforehand how well we were going to do.
I mean, it only turns out that 2/3 of Breckfield Grove schools swim for the county.
Yes, Anthony said they were quite useful.
Oh, useful. Your son has a talent for understatement, Mr. Jones.
You won your race, though, didn't you, Anthony?
He did. One of the ones who saved us from a complete whitewash. No. Once he's in the water, all my worries disappear. It's getting him there that's the problem. Talk about a reluctant volunteer.
Sounds like Anthony.
I did knock, but you appeared not to hear.
Mr. Bronson, I'd like you to meet Mr. and Mrs. Jones.
How do you do?
Good morning. Mrs. McCluskey, am I to understand that Anthony Jones will be present at this meeting?
That was the intention. Have you any objections?
I most certainly have. His version of events is well known to you, and doubtless to his mother and father. I was under the impression they had been summoned to school to hear our side of things.
Your side of things, Mr. Bronson.
Time and again, this boy has shown himself to be insolent, arrogant, and rebellious. He seems completely incapable of entering into any sort of rational dialogue. And I fail to see how his presence will do anything other than undermine the objectivity of this meeting.
Sorry, that's not fair. Well, this is all about me. I've every right to be here. Dad.
You have made some pretty harsh accusations against my son, Mr. Bronson.
And I am perfectly prepared to discuss them in an adult manner.
I think it might be better if you left us, Anthony. Anthony.
What? Glad I caught you. For the next issue, just a rough outline. I thought we'd put it to the next meeting of the editorial committee.
A message of condolence from Grange to the web children. Good idea.
As far as it goes.
Well, what else can the magazine do?
Well, it could do more than offer sympathy. I mean, people can write that on Danny's wall. The magazine should offer more practical support.
Peter, the web situation's complicated, and I don't see how involving the whole school could possibly help them.
Oh, come on, Ross.
Have you been talking to anybody else about this? Faye, for instance.
Why Faye?
Well, she's on the editorial committee.
But why Faye?
It's just that I saw you with her this morning, before the exam.
You make it sound like some sort of shady rendezvous.
Well, it did look rather intimate.
I wish the pupil luck before an examination. That's all.
Yes, but as you would say, why Faye Lucas in particular?
Because I have a particular relationship with Faye. Concerning the magazine. Nothing else.
Maybe not, but people are beginning to talk.
Talk?
Yes, talk. And quite often that's all it takes.
Oh, you know, would you?
I know that morally teachers are expected to be above reproach.
So a tidbit of unsubstantiated gossip is enough to put their jobs under threat.
Peter, I saw you in the cafe together. Now, before you fly off the handle, I'm not prying.
Oh, it doesn't sound like it.
For heaven's sake, stop being so childish. Look, we both know what's at stake here. I'm talking to you as a friend. Imagine how this sort of behaviour would look to somebody less sympathetic.
What sort of behaviour are we talking about?
You are a member of the teaching staff at this school. Faye Lucas is a pupil, and she's 16 years old. Do I really need to go on?
You think I am carrying on some kind of personal vendetta against your son?
Well, since you asked
In
me, it
all
seems
my
to be-
21 years of teaching...
Please. Mr. Jones, of course you know your son, but you must accept he's been at Grange Hill for nearly 3 years now, so we can claim to know something of him too. And believe me, the way children behave at school is not necessarily the way they behave at home.
So now you're telling me that I don't know my own child.
Mrs. McCluskey has a valid point. You must see that.
Yes, of course I can
Would
see
you
she has
just
a...
accept that, Mr. Jones? Just for now. Until you've spoken to Anthony.
I'll talk to the boy.
Oh, Morris. I just wanted to say that your judgment was well vindicated. The boy Brining was excellent and very keen.
Splendid. I hope he thanked you.
It's you he ought to thank. I'd never have seen him but for your intervention. How nice that the welfare of your pupils is of such obvious concern to you.
Miss, I've had this idea, and I phoned Mrs. Saver at the social services, and they seem really interested.
Wonderful. Look, can you tell me about it tomorrow?
That's just it, see? I said to them that if we could find our mum and get her to agree to take us in, well, could we stay together as a family and not have to have this foster mother? And they said to go in this afternoon and talk to them about it.
Now?
Well, yeah, we were wondering if you could come with us.
Well, I can't. I'm sorry. You should have told me before you went ahead and did anything. Look, can you postpone the meeting?
No, it's too late.
I'll gladly come with you another time. It's just that I've got this appointment and I really can't break it. I'm so sorry.
Here, Rowley, you were cutting it a bit fine this morning, weren't you?
Give us a bite.
You were lucky to get a second chance, mate, especially after the way Zammo performed.
Yeah, one of the first in he was. Then he could think Sam that he we all had to suffer for it.
Well, it could have worked the other way, I suppose. I mean, compared to Zammo, he must have all looked brilliant, eh? Not brilliant, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I hope you're right. Not that Maguire's bothered either way. He's so wrapped up in himself nowadays. You're talking about was just about all you got left.
Sorry, Kev, I had nothing to eat since yesterday.
Well, there are shops open, you know, Rowley.
Didn't ask about me this morning, did he, Samo?
Not mention why.
It's just that he borrowed something off me last night and he promised to bring it back.
Not money.
Yeah, well, what else? Is that why you're hungry? Well, does he know he's left your skin? Oh, how low can you get? Maguire'd even see his mate's stuff. What am I saying, mates? Maguire ain't got mates anymore. Look, there's 50, all right? You give him 50, Kev, and then he can get a pie and chips or something. Oh, and Rowley, don't be such a mug again, all right?
I could have told you about lending money to Zammo, Rowley.
And I can tell you a few things about Samo as well.
Hey, Marchant. Voulez-vous sortir avec moi ce soir?
I'm fed up, not harder.
No, that's what Kevin's asked me to say to you.
Wait, Balin, on your bike.
Not you. Is there a teacher about?
Yeah, in there, Mr. Kennedy.
Shall we go?
What do you want us for?
Can I help you?
Yes, sir. Do you know these two boys?
Yes, I do. I'm their foremaster.
I'm Detective Constable Waters, and this is Police Constable Smethurst.
Perhaps you'd better come inside.
Took a walk to a second-hand goods shop not far from here.
Helped on its travels by a boy in a Grange Hill uniform.
Looks like someone's tried to scratch out the number.
The owner of the shop took the precaution of asking the boy his name.
And so the boy obligingly invented one for him, huh?
That's what you'd expect, wouldn't you? But apparently not. Which is why we're extremely interested in having a word with Kevin Balin here.
No, not me.
Yours was a name he gave, son.
He means he's not Kevin Balin.
I just heard somebody call out to him.
Yeah, that was me.
You're Balin?
Yeah, and I've been nowhere near the video. I swear it.
All right, son, all right. We know it's not you.
You seem very sure of that.
Yeah, well, the description we've been given didn't really fit this fella. It certainly doesn't fit that one.
Why is that?
The boy concerned was Caucasian.
Sorry?
He was white.
Had to be someone who knew me, though, didn't it?
It was.
Oh, yes.
All right, officer. What do you know, Roland? Whoever it was tried to blame Kevin. Next time he might give your name. Anybody's. Not the sort of person you ought to be protecting, is it? Well?
She's Miss Partridge. Yeah, we saw her. Is she going to go with you? She won't get away from us fast enough. Why? Out of school hours, I suppose.
That shouldn't matter if she really cares about the kids.
Yeah, well, she did have somewhere to go. It happens every afternoon. Come 3:30 and she's out the door and away like a rocket.
Sorry I'm late. It's been all right,
Bit tearful when you didn't come through the door with the other parents, but he's all right now. Aren't you, Simon? All right now you've got your mummy?
He was out till all hours, and when he did come home, he went straight to his room. Locked the door before I could get to him. And would he come out? Mind you, I wasn't that sorry. Try talking to him nowadays, and it always ends up the same way, shouting and slamming of doors. I don't know who this crowd is he finds so fascinating, do you? No. He's forever hanging round with them. He's practically living on the streets. Sorry, Jackie, to pour it all out on you, but I've just about had enough. I mean, everyone goes through a difficult phase at this age, you expect it, but this is like living with a total stranger. Mind you, I am his mother. Don't know why you're bothering with him, though, the way he treats you.
I just can't help worrying about him.
What's she doing here?
And what sort of way is that to talk to anybody?
Well, I didn't ask her to come round, did I?
No, for the life of me, I can't think why she does. If I was her, I'd want to stay as far away from you as possible. I mean, look at the state of you.
Suits me if she does. Don't know I'm supposed to be grateful someone keeps poking their nose in my business.
Yeah, well, it seems to me that your business, whatever it is, needs some poking into.
Yeah, well, you keep your nose out and all.
Samo, don't talk to your mum like that.
Mum, it's more like living with a special branch.
Oh, you'll be the death of me, Samuel Maguire.
Satisfied?
Me?
Yeah, it's your little visit that started all this.
Oh, Samo. Samo?
And who are you, please?
I'm a friend of Samo's.
This is Jackie Wright. She's in Sammy's class at school.
Would you wait outside, please?
I think perhaps you better go home, Jackie.
All right.
You know what we're here for, don't you?
No, I don't.
You've been keeping the second-hand shops busy of late, eh?
Don't know what you mean.
Videos, glass decanters, records, books, all sorts.
I haven't.
I've got an accurate description.
I said I haven't.
What sort of decanter?
Shut up.
We have also spoken to Browning.
Yeah, the one you borrowed £10 from.
Borrowing ain't stealing.
It is, if you never intended to pay the money back. And then, of course, there's a quartz alarm clock that went missing from his house after your little visit last night.
That was nothing to do with me.
You're lying. The clock and the video recorder were part of the same deal. The shopkeeper gave you £55 for them. Not a lot, is it?
Stealing, Sammy? Why? I've never kept you short of money.
With all due respect, Mrs. Maguire, you don't realise how much cash he needs.
Needs?
Let's see. £55 plus the 10 you borrowed from your mate. That's 65.
So?
How many bags does that buy you at the going rate? How long will that last you? A few days?
What's he talking about? Bags of what?
Mrs. Maguire, this is more than just thieving. The money's a means to an end. We have reason to believe that he's stealing because he's using drugs.
Heroin, to be more precise.
Heroin? What's he talking about? It's not true. Sammy, tell me it's not true.